Chris, if you were the GM, what changes would you make? And please trade Pickens for Addison.
Man, so we really are ready to move on officially from Pickens. All right. I mean, I definitely get it. And trust me, I can understand it. Part of me...
Yeah, it depends on what hole you're getting to.
Yeah. Yeah. Part of the reason why I'm still like on the stick with it a little bit is you know what though? I'm breaking one of my rules though, baby. Because one of my rules is once a person show you who they are, you're supposed to believe them, man. And he does continue to show stuff like this. So I technically should believe him. But for me, I'm like, yo.
The Devin Bush aspect of it.
Right. But for me, I'm just like, I've seen the talent. Could the maturity part, can that get grown out of? If I bring in leadership on that side of the ball that you can't question. Because even though Deontay is one of the leaders, like we said, Pickens could look at him and have some type of feelings like, yo, I'm just as good or better than you, right?
He's having a
even
better
though
season.
DJ has the money, it's like, yo, he could literally look at that. So once again, we're talking about a guy that could get in his ear to have that type of impact where it's not just brother to brother, it's mentor to mentee. That's something that I think could help him. I don't want him to get that elsewhere, though, unless he went to Buffalo. I got a receiver right there to coach him on up now, I'll tell you that. But I don't want it to come to that. I'd rather he be here because I think he could actually be a special player. But the problem is this maturity stuff, bro, that keeps showing up, this inconsistency in terms of his effort, that's losing football. No way about it. No way around it. That's what it is at this level. And he has to understand that part.
Who's the guy you're bringing in?
That's the big question. It's like he has to be of status, but at the same time, I'm like, you got to be careful which type of dude you're bringing in. And at what stage of his career he's in. They said, man, I always think of like back in the day when you'd have the Anquan Bolden type, you know what I mean? Like,
you're talking specifically receiver?
Yeah, where it's like, yo, that's just the vet in that room. He's already
Thought it'd be Allen Robinson.
And I thought to an extent, yes, but I don't personally know Allen to know if he's the vocal guy like that, if he's a dude that can get in his ear, if he's just, I'm going to work and you watch me. Because those are very different.
Seems like he has zero impact on this team.
Outside of doing the tight end stuff as a wide receiver. That's about it, man. Yeah. But it's like, we need that. Or even if it was, I think of when we had on the coaching staff, when we had brought in Ike Hilliard that one time, right? He was here for a couple. So I'm like, even maybe something like that, but
maybe you bring Hines.
But Hines doing the head coaching thing right now in the XFL.
Was he head coach?
Yeah, he was the Brahmas. Him down there with Peasy. Peasy was the DC. He was the head man.
Was he?
Yeah.
I knew he had a prominent role.
Mm-hmm. He was the head coach, bro.
Didn't remember it was head coach. Okay.
So that's why I'm like,
maybe I don't know if that's a downgrade.
I don't know how he might view that, but I think he would be great for it though. If he was open to it. Dude, talk about the tradition, talk about living it to the highest of heights, and then you coming back here, you're not ever bucking back at that.
Yeah, because he's our receiver coach right now, Frisman Jackson.
And it's nothing against Frisman. Frisman's a good coach, but
that ain't the same. Hines is telling you
this is very different. Yeah. And unless you're bringing in a proven quarterback that has already or is ready to be that guy now, which we said, even with that messes up the messaging a little bit because of the whole Kenny dynamic. So that's what we said, even with him, we got to see how we about to play that. But it's like, I think that type of leader could help him a lot more to really get in his ear. But until you have that, you're probably going to continue to see what you're seeing. So if you don't think you're going to get the change, then yeah, you go ahead and move him and get whatever assets you can while we're in this position we're in right now. And you just say, man, we'll try to do addition by subtraction in terms of we don't have to feel the pressure of what you bring along with how you display your energy. And even though we might have a less talented person, but we might get better draft pick for it. All right, we'll try to replace you the following year. That's another alternative. But these are a lot of moving pieces all on that side of the ball. And we still going to have to do stuff on defense side of the ball. Yeah.
I'm open to trading Pickens. Very much so.
But I guess I definitely get it, though, man. Like, he has...
You could definitely get a second rounder for him, at least.
Oh, 1,000%, bro.
Maybe even a late first. Depending on what the team's vibe is, how much they're looking into some of the stuff we complain about. If they're just going to overlook it and just say straight talent, okay. Proven guy, I think we can get more upside from him. I think we get a first.
Talent wise, he's worth that. I just don't know if that's the energy you want to bring in there. Like I said, if I was a team that had a strong vet group, or if even when I was here in Pittsburgh, right, the Killer Bee season, like that era time frame, even with that, we were such a mature group. We had established leaders, you know what I mean, on both sides. So it's like, yo, we gonna be straight regardless. You can't come in here and act a certain way. You're not gonna be able to come in here and just talk a certain way because of how we already do these things.
If a team has an established quarterback, that would make sense too.
It's already set up. Whereas right now, nothing is really established. So we all just figuring it out on the fly. And this is why it kind of gets or keeps happening.